Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have an album review for Deeds of Flesh's Reduced to Ashes. And in the background we're listening to Defeated Sanity songs on Moribund. Thought I would change up the camera for a bit because I've been using the same camera angle for literally probably 2 or 3 years, and I don't know, I think the posters in the background represent what I talk about a little more than that Led Zeppelin poster I have over there. So yeah, let's get started. So this is one of the best Deeds of Flesh albums, arguably their best. I think Trading Pieces is a little better, but this one is just absolutely masterful. This is my second favorite, but it might be their best in terms of how good the compositions are and the dynamics in the songwriting. But I'll show the packaging off. So really cool album cover. I'm pretty sure this is some Zig artwork. No characters or anything, just a really cool hellish landscape. Really like that. Back, a picture of band and then more art. Put out 3 unique leaders, came out in 2004, I believe. Track listing, you've got Reduced to Ashes, Infested Beneath the Earth, Avowed Depraved, Empyrean, Human Trophies, Banished, Disintered, Archaic, Deep, and The Endurance. The Endurance being a legendary song from this band. It's a 10-minute song, but it's not some boring slow shit for 10 minutes. It's an actual fast Deeds of Flesh song, but it happens to be 10 minutes long. Really cool song. There's the disc. Find it. Kind of design. Really liking the lighting with this camera angle too. I think it looks a little better. Picture of the band right here with some thank yous and stuff. So it folds out like a big poster right here. I would never put this up because I like having an album cover in my CD, but it's still cool. You have all the lyrics and some band photos on the other side. So this album is borderline progressive in some parts. The songs are a lot longer on here than usual, most of them being over around 5 minutes long, or if not a little longer. So you got the opening track, Reduced to Ashes, a legendary track, really fast. If you want to get into Deeds of Flesh, this is not a bad album to start with at all. This one's, it's kind of brutal like their old stuff, production-wise. It has a thin kind of peeny snare, probably the thinnest Deeds of Flesh production. Just really nimble and fast sounding. It's very frantic, like usual. There's a lot of great melody on here, on Reduced to Ashes, Avowed Depraved, pretty much every track. Empyrean, it's really eerie sounding. Disintered Archaic is one of my least favorite ones, but it's still good. Human Trophies has some pauses towards the end that I like. What else is good on here? Just every song here though is fantastic. The Endurance is just insane. Awesome long song. I mean, it just sounds like what you'd expect from a Deeds of Flesh song. Just it happens to be 10 minutes long, but it doesn't drag at all or get boring. Because a lot changes, not a lot of stuff repeats really. So well structured song. I'd say my favorite song here has to be Avowed Depraved. The melody on that is just amazing. There's some really eerie parts in that song. Awesome lyrics. The lyrics on here continuing kind of what they were doing on the last couple albums. Not as gory or crazy, but still, still has an edge to it, kind of adventurous. And this album is very epic sounding, but it's a little darker than Path of the Weakening or the album before this, Mark of the Legion. But I can't really think of a bad thing about this album. The bass is very thin and kind of low in the mix, but I don't have a problem with that. Jacoby's highs are really loud, or the vocals in general are, which is really nice because the vocals were really low in the mix on a lot of their other albums, and they addressed that on here very well. There's some killer vocal parts, especially in Avowed Depraved. Infested Beneath the Earth actually has a chorus that's actually really memorable and sticks in your head. That's the best part of the song. Killer, probably one of the best Deeds of Flesh choruses besides the classic Infected Them with Falsehood. Yeah, just amazing. Empyrean, really eerie sounding. This is a really epic but creepy sounding album so far. It's not creepy as in ooh, it's scary and we'll give you the DVDs, but creepy as in doomy in the sense of there's a sense of something I guess apocalyptic sounding is the best way you can explain it, which that matches well with the album cover. This album sounds like the album cover really. It's dark and hellish, but also very atmospheric in a way. This album has kind of an atmosphere to it, but it doesn't sacrifice any brutality or speed or technicality. This album is still fairly technical like most Deeds of Flesh stuff. It's still really fast. Probably faster than the album before this actually. Mark of the Legion, but yeah, I can't think of a really bad thing to say about this album. Really, some of the most like amazing songwriting and all that brutal death metal. Honestly, I'd say like the songs there, they're really expansive and long song structures, similar to that of even like a band like Metallica, like Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning and Justice. Maybe not as much as Justice for All, but like, you know, those really long and well thought out. Imagine like songs like that, but in the style of like technical brutal death metal, and that's what you get out here. It's just a remarkable thing to listen to. And I can't really think of anything really wrong with this album. But we're only 5 minutes in, and I feel like I've said almost everything I need to say. It's just, there's so much I could talk about with this album, really. But I think I've really said it all. You really need to listen to it to really experience it. It's a longer album, but mainly because of the endurance. I mean, there's only like 8 songs on here. But obviously the endurance is around 10 minutes, so that's what makes it, you know, a little longer. But I think that, not only that, but all the other songs are like 5 or 6 minutes long. Another thing I really like about this album is the drums. I mean, the kicks, the snare, everything is really thin, but it works so well. It makes it sound so like nimble and, you know, brutal. Like, if you like a cranked snare, you'll like this album. It's not as ridiculous as like Brodigan or something, so if you have a problem with a cranked snare, it might not bother you, it might, I don't know. But if you're new to Deeds of Flesh, I think this is probably their most accessible album too. The songs, like, the riffs click with you really easily, because there's a lot of catchy, kind of melodic riffs on here, which I think is really awesome. Because a lot of their albums before this, the earlier stuff, doesn't have that much, like, the riffs don't have that many hooks. Whereas all the stuff in here is super hook laden, like Reduced to Ashes, the opening riff, you know, like it's got that Morbid Angel-y kind of swing that Deeds of Flesh has always had, but with that like kind of dark melody. And they bring back the chugs on here too. Human Trophies, I think it is. It's either Human Trophies or Vanished. Has some really awesome chuggy parts in it. All the songs do, really. About to Pray. Reduced to Ashes has like an atmospheric chuggy part, which I think is fucking amazing. Yeah, if you want like perfect brutal death metal, I'd say this is almost more than a brutal death metal album. It's not like progressive brutal death metal like what we're listening to, Defeated Sanity. It's not super out there and technical, but it's very, very well written. And I don't know, these songs are more actual songs than they are exercises in brutality and a maze-like song structure. This is like a very well-crafted, some of the most well-crafted maze-like song structures you'll hear, with elements of traditional songwriting like choruses and melody and stuff. And this is just really a masterpiece. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Really nothing wrong with this album, it's just amazing. So yeah, Deeds of Flesh, Reduced to Ashes. If you have not listened to this, I highly recommend that you listen to it, because you're missing out. Even if you don't like brutal death metal, if you just like regular death metal, if you're into like Cannibal Corpse or Suffocation, you should be able to handle this band. It's not the most ridiculous thing ever, but it's amazing though. So yeah, Deeds of Flesh, Reduced to Ashes, perfect 10. So that's it for this video though. Let me know what you guys think of the new camera angle. I'm liking it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.